6:36 in the morning of D-Day, 6th of June, 1944, 19 Bedford Boys stopped being American soldiers and became angels of God. We humbly honor them here tonight.
Proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad...
Bob Sayles was the only survivor on his landing craft on D-Day, a fact that haunted him throughout his life. 29 men on Sayles' landing craft were killed as they exited into a hail of bullets. Bob was the only one to make it to shore. He witnessed the bloody carnage that was Omaha Beach, and he relived it every day afterwards. I was reminded of this when Bob was unable to read his speech during that 70th anniversary in 2014. Too overcome with emotion to speak, his wife read his remarks. Bob Sayles never forgot those men. He memorialized them at home in his garden at Madison Heights, on a bronze plaque on a boulder that's set by the water, inside of his home, on the walls, in photo albums, in his memories, in his tearful recollections. He said he hoped that there might never come a day when June 6 means no more than any other day. June the 6th is not just an ordinary day in our community. June 6 hasn't been ordinary for the last 81 years. It never will be. Our community will never forget. Our community stands tall on the promise of what those young men gave so that we could be standing here today. Bedford lost its first local fatality weeks before Pearl Harbor with the sinking of the destroyer Reuben James in the Atlantic. Men from Bedford died in the air, on the sea, in POW camps, on remote Pacific islands. One man from Bedford was killed serving in the Canadian Air Force. 2 sons of Bedford were killed in the notorious Malmedy Massacre during the Battle of the Bulge, and another severely wounded. With profound respect and pride, we remember the more than 130 Bedford boys who gave their lives to win victory in World War II. Nor do we ever forget the dozens of Bedford women who donned uniforms to serve in the war. Bedford did its part at great cost to bring victory.
This evening we gather not to mourn, but to remember, not to grieve, but to give thanks for the sacrifices made, to honor extraordinary courage and sacrifice of the men we now revere as the Bedford Boys, a group of young soldiers from a small Virginia town who answered the call of their country and became symbols of American valor. On June 6, 1944, as the sun rose over the beaches of Normandy, it was the boys from Bedford who were among the very first to land at Omaha Beach. 37 soldiers from Company A of the 116th Infantry Regiment of the 29th Division hailed from this quiet little town. Within minutes of landing, 19 of them were killed in action, 20 within the first day. Bedford, with its population of just over 3,000 at the time, suffered the highest per capita loss of American town on D-Day, not for glory or recognition, but for love of country, for their families, and for a belief that freedom was worth fighting for. That belief that freedom is not free is something all who have worn the uniform know deep in their bones, and that the measure of a town, a nation, is not in its size, but its willingness to stand for what is right. To the families of the Bedford Boys, we say thank you for your sacrifice, for allowing us to carry their legacy forward. To every veteran, every Gold Star family here today, we salute you. You remind us that while history remembers battles, we must always remember the people who fought them.